Tuskegee, Alabama tonight. Got a little plywood going to Stonecrest Home Depot lot in Atlanta. Deliver it tomorrow morning. But let's talk about some of the bullshit bad that you deal with when it comes to Boyd. So last week I had a load. I picked it myself off the board, going from Silver Grove, Kentucky, a load of sheetrock going from Silver Grove, Kentucky down to Macon, Georgia. Load paid me $420. Okay. Picked up, delivered next day. It was 640 mile or some shit like that. I don't really remember. But anyways, paid me $420. Alright, well, I'm an hour from Silver Grove to pick up my load, and I start getting email notifications, and sales pulled that load off of me and put another load coming out of Silver Grove going down to Huntsville, Alabama, which was 175, 200 mile less than what I was driving down to Macon. So I knew that load would pay me less. So called dispatch, asked them what's going on, and the Huntsville load was supposed to be picked up the day before and never got picked up. So, and they needed that load to get down there to Huntsville as soon as possible, and since I was the closest one, I got it. Well, I asked them how much that load paid me, and that load paid me $300 versus the one that I picked that paid me $420, and I would have delivered it, next day still, essentially the same amount of time. And I asked them, I was like, well, what are y'all going to do about screwing me out of $120? And they said, well, it's hard to get extra money right now. They said, we'll get you a money load for the weekend. For the weekend summit. Pays really good. I'm like, alright, that's fine. So, come Friday, the so-called money load that I got was a split pickup from the terminal, Supercoal, going up to Jeffersonville, Indiana, that paid me like $260 for 370 miles, I think it was. So last week, my what should have been a $2,000 week turned into, if I'm lucky, it'll be a $1,500 week, because they're dumbasses in that damn office. And then on top of that, to start this week off, Monday morning, that Jeffersonville load, McLeod, our dispatch app that we got, has all of our loads on it, said I delivered between 6:30 a.m. and I believe it was 1500 p.m. So 3 o'clock were receiving times. And I get there at 6 o'clock in the morning, go in, check in. They say, you're supposed to have an appointment. I was like, well, I don't have an appointment time. Well, what's your load number? You should start with a 6. I didn't have a load number. And then they asked, well, what company you drive for? I said, Boyd. He said, well, we don't have any appointments for any Boyd drivers. You'll have to get with your dispatcher. Well, here I am, 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Already drove 2 hours, started my clock, all that good stuff. Sitting there at the cons, can't get unloaded, and I'm Eastern time. Okay. Everybody in the office is Central time. So it's 5 o'clock in the morning back in Birmingham. And so I gotta sit there and wait until 7 o'clock till somebody gets in the office so I can get a hold of dispatch. I sent them an email on McLeod letting them know what was going on and how displeased I was with what was going on, because all that is somebody being lazy in that office, not doing their damn job. And anyways, needless to say, I didn't get unloaded until 11 o'clock Monday. So that's 4 hours gone of my day that I was behind, all because of that stupid shit right there. All because somebody else didn't do their damn job. And honestly, run into that more often than what you think. Really all the time. Multiple times a month have issues like that. And used to, up until maybe a month, 2 months ago, boy would take care of you when that would happen. You know, they make a mistake up there in that office, you end up getting laid over for a day or whatever, you'd get $25 an hour detention pay, or layover, they would pay you $200 if you couldn't, something happened, you couldn't deliver till the next day, they'd give you an extra $200 on it, which isn't enough because you're losing more money than that, but eases the pain a little bit. But they cut all that out about a month, maybe 2 months ago at the most. Layover pay, all they're going to give you is, I don't care if you're down a whole day, they're going to give you $65 right now. That's it. For a whole damn day. And breakdown, same way. $65. Which is bullshit, in my opinion. It's just, these past 2 weeks have been, you know, a bunch of stupid shit, you know, that I shouldn't have to. And really, you probably deal, well, at least me, I deal with stuff like that twice a month, 3 times maybe. But also, like I said, used to, I would get compensated for it, but now I'm not. And I don't know if it's because freight's down, or it's got to be above, you know, them boys in the office there at the terminal. It's got to be coming from above their heads. So, like, I'm not mad at them for it. They're good people. But it's still ridiculous. But we're gonna go through a couple pay stubs tonight, and I'm gonna show y'all the kind of money that I've been making recently, and it's not bad. I'm not doing bad at all. I can't really complain money wise. I could be making more if stupid shit wouldn't happen. But can't complain for the time of year it is, winter time, flatbed. You know, it's a little slower this time of year. But let's get ready and we'll go through some of that. Okay, so this is my check stub here for the last week that I got paid for, which was 12/26/2023 to January 1st, 2024. Okay, so I only got 2 loads this week. My first load was Wheatland, Pennsylvania to Cedar Rapids, Iowa. 626 miles loaded. Okay, I make 28% of what the truck makes. Now, obviously, you see I blurred some stuff out. That's personal information. And I blurred out the gross money to the truck. I make a percentage of what the truck makes. And as far as I'm concerned, it's nobody's business what this truck makes. It's nobody else's business what Boyd gets paid to haul their freight. So, but I make 28% of what the truck makes. I get paid per diem. So 24% is taxed and 4% is my per diem pay. It's untaxed. So on this load here, I got $426 for 24%, $71 in per diem, $25 TARP pay, company driver. So on that one load, I made $522.15. Alright, this next load was a load of equipment out of Dubuque, Iowa, that I picked up the December 27th, and I delivered it. I got the last piece of equipment off that Friday. I don't know if that was the 29th or the 30th, but either way. Dubuque, Iowa, picked up there at John Deere. First stop was Frederick, Maryland. Second stop was New Bern, North Carolina, and my last stop was Albemarle, North Carolina. It's 1,366 miles loaded. 24%, I got $797. Per diem, I got $132. And then my stop off, so get paid for each stop. My company pay for my stops was $48. So that whole load paid me $978.51. Okay, go down here. And this is my revenue bonus. So Boyd pays a revenue bonus every week if the truck grosses more than $4,750 a week. That revenue bonus is supposed to be 5%, a 5% bonus. So I hit revenue that week, and my revenue bonus was $214.69. Okay, so took out $349 in taxes. My order pay, that's for both loads, all the loads, that's line haul pay, $1,223.71. Other earnings, which is your TARP pay, your stop pay, your revenue bonus, anything extra you get, that was $287.69. So my total gross taxable earnings were $1,511 after subtracting taxes. And then after they subtract taxes, they add the per diem, which is $203. So my net pay, what went to my bank account, was $1,366.09 for a week. Hauled 2 loads with 1,992 miles loaded. Which isn't horrible. Like, I can't really complain with that. 1,500 gross before taxes and everything's took out is the minimum I want to make every week. If you drive for Boyd, you need to hit revenue. Alright, if you're not hitting revenue bonus every week, you ain't making no money. And the way I see it, if I'm going to be out on this road away from my family, then I need to be getting paid. I need to be getting compensated for it. But this, I would say 50 for me, 1,500 to 1,800 gross is average. That's around an average week. I've definitely done worse, and I've done way better. Anything over 2,000 gross I consider a really good week. That is exceptional in my book. But there you go, that's one. I'll go pick another one. Okay, now we'll show you a bad week. December 5th through December 11th. Alright, I was broke down one day this week. Not really broke down, but had to have windshield changed. Got a big rock come up, got a big crack in it. And I took a day off this week. So, Gypsum, Ohio to Lexington, South Carolina, hauling sheetrock, 632 mile loaded. Paid me with for 24% per diem, $530, 88 cents for 632 mile. Then Kennards, South Carolina to Mayfield, Kentucky, 520 mile. Paid me $305 with TARP pay. So Boyd pays $1,000 minimum. But to get that $1,000 minimum a week, you have to make a Monday delivery. If you don't make your Monday delivery, you ain't getting that $1,000 minimum. But right here, minimum pay company drivers to get me up to 1,000. They added $164.12 after taxes. See right here, order pay was $695 plus the $189.12. Total gross earnings was $884, taxes $174, and then my $115 per diem, which put me at net pay $825. Total taxable wages was $884, so I cleared $825 to my bank account that week. That's what you're looking at making, you know, if you just get the minimum. That's why that revenue bonus is so important. I believe I done the math, and I believe it was $1,288 you have to make line haul, like pay to you, to hit that revenue. And if you do that, then your revenue bonus is going to be a little over $200, and you're already basically at $1,300. So that puts you at that $1,500 minimum, to where you're putting more than $1,000 in your pocket a week. You know what I'm saying? So that revenue bonus is extremely important. So let's do one more pay stub here. This is my most recent one. We've got pay period 1/9 through 1/15. See, first load, Thomasville, Alabama to Stonecrest, Georgia, 285 loaded miles. Paid me $264. Line haul, $44 per diem, and then I got $37.50 for my TARP pay, and that's $345.50 for 285 loaded mile. And then we went from Silver Grove, Kentucky to Pensacola, Florida. Line haul, I got paid $458. $76 per diem. I got paid $76.46. Order total $535 for 745 loaded miles. And then Preston, Georgia to Culpeper, Virginia, 664 mile, 431 line haul, 71.91 per diem, $25 TARP pay. He paid me $528. Then we got Hagerstown, Maryland to Bloomsdale, Missouri. This right here was a shitload. 782 mile loaded. Paid me $257 line haul, $42 for per diem, and my TARP pay is $37.50. Paid me $337.51 for, might as well say 800 mile. That's not good, but it got me home. So everything total got revenue bonus. Revenue bonus was $244.42. So after all my taxes come out, it was $431.49. Order pay, that's line haul, I made $1,411. Other earnings is the revenue bonus and my TARP pay. So I got $344 for that, which puts me at total gross earnings, taxable earnings, $1,755. Minus $1,755 minus $431, which was my taxes, and then gross non-taxable reimbursements. That's my per diem pay. It's $235. Now, if I wasn't getting per diem, that $235 would be added on to the $1,755. So just some quick math real quick. 1,700, so it's $1990 is what, so $10 shy of $2,000 is how much money I made last week. But federal taxable wages, $1,755, and that's what I got in my bank account, $1,559.53. And I ran 2,476 loaded miles last week. So, I mean, yeah, people talk about, oh, you can't make no money here at Boyd, but I promise you, you can do decent. I'm not, I don't know if this is the best money out there or not when it comes to flatbed, being a company driver, but for having a year's experience driving, and I do this regularly, next week I'll make more than this on my next week's paycheck. I should be close to around a 2,100 mark next week. But anyways, y'all complain all you want. You just gotta get out there and work. Gotta hustle. Don't be afraid to get it.